as I go inside, of our lodge. Come on, let's go for a little walk around Twin Lakes. Okay, so you've got the entrance here to Twin Lakes. There's a tarmac drive all the way through. There's the gate here, right at the top. You might just be able to see it there now, peeping through. And there's a code to access this site. Even though it's very quiet, you might be able to hear the early morning traffic at the background. I know I've just done the video then, and as I say, there's a lot of early morning traffic at this moment in time. On this bank holiday weekend, people going out making the most of the day. The weather looks to be set to be nice today. This lodge here, it's a staff lodge. Quite country and western, isn't it, looking? Bit of a grass area here, bit of a peep of the actual lodges now. For the first time, there we go. And I have done videos of here before. Granted, the camera that I've had previously wasn't as good as the one that I've got now. So the images here were far better. And Mrs. G's been telling me this particular grassed area in front of me is actually going to be built on. They're going to put another line, by all accounts, of lodges here. They are trying to cram on an awful lot of them, actually. And over the years that we've been coming here, you've seen this particular site grow in size. And we've actually noticed, because we've looked just out of curiosity, on Rightmove, there's a number of them for sale on this section here now, which was phase one, we would say. And they are absolutely stunning the way that they look. I will put now a couple of the photos off Rightmove just to show you how much they're going for. I think they range from about 400,000 to 500,000 ish. Again, there's a number of them for sale on different sites. Take a look at this here now. And from what we've seen, there looks to be site fees that are attached, as one would expect, to maintain this glorious setting. At the back of me, I've just shown you now the lodge. There's like an accommodation section here for the site team. And the site fees have gone up, or they're due to go up, it says. Now, whether that has forced the hand of some of these people who own these particular lodges to sell, not overly sure. I think Mrs. G, off the top of my mind, if memory is right in saying, I think she said they've gone from about 3,000-ish. Actually, it was less than that. Again, I'll double check when I get back in. It might have been just over 1,000, 1,500 to over £5,000 per year for the site fees to maintain this particular site. Again, does that sound worth it when you're paying 450,000 to nearly enough $500,000? I'm not overly sure. Obviously, if you're going to a caravan static holiday site, the majority of these kind of sites obviously have the site fees attached to them, and they usually are around them kind of prices. But obviously a static caravan might cost you, let's just say, 100,000 maximum, from 50,000. So there's no way that they would have these kind of, obviously, fees attached in relation to the sale of the actual lodges themselves. Let's turn the camera around, just take a look. So there we have, again, where we've just come from. The electric gate that lets you in, you've got a code. You come all the way down here, past the wooden lodge, the American country and western kind of style lodge. You can just see it there. It's got the animal's skull on the front with the horns. Leads you all the way around to here. again, what we believe was the first phase of the lodges. And they are going, from what we're led to believe, build on this back bit here, and all the way up here, we think. Again, if you own a property here, or if you've been here before and you know a little bit more about it than what we do, drop us a message down below. It'd be quite interesting to know. Over the first side, you can still see the roofland with the building all the way around. There's started another phase, and it started a while ago. Some of them are now done, and I'll show you on the way around. Anyway, let's go. Mrs. G's going to be waiting for me. It is Monday, bank holiday Monday in the UK. And we've been here now all weekend. We came on Friday. But I just wanted to take you with me to do this loop. I don't recall doing the loop previously when we've been. And we've stayed on this side before. It was one of these. I think it was this one we stayed in. Or this one it might have been. Looks familiar. It's one of these anyway that we've stayed in previously. You can see the laurelled edges. Make note of this, by the way. I'll touch base on it a little bit later as I get around to the other side about the laurel edges. But a number of these on this side in particular are privately owned. But they do obviously put them up for your use if you want to pay for a short break here. Just look at the visual aspect here behind the back of me. Absolutely stunning, isn't it? It really is. And by the way, it is very early this morning. I've jumped up to do this video for you, so I do apologise if I'm looking a little bit worse than were. It was absolutely boiling last night in the lodge. That's one thing that we've picked up on, that these lodges just seem to be extremely warm. Every time we come, we just can't seem to get the temperature right, and every one of the other lodges have all got the windows open. All of the upper section of the lodge, you've got the roof window up on the bedroom that's set above, which I'll show you again when I do the separate video later on. Everybody's got the windows open. You just can't seem to get the temperature set the way that you would like it. Very, very warm. I'm not really sure why they're so warm, but yeah, a bit uncomfortable if I'm being honest with you. So if you come in here, undo the windows earlier on and just get the temperature down. It soon warms up though. Tried that yesterday and yeah, it cooled it down for a little bit, but not for too long. You've got as well, by the way, just turn the camera around, you've got a couple of kids play areas that are being built. There's one down near the sand area where I started, and then there's one here just around the corner. They're new, they've not been here before. I don't know if that's completed or not. It has been sectioned off. You've got the wires across it. You can see the chains there. But yeah, little parks. I know that here when we first started coming, I was just thinking, I think it was one of these here now that we stayed in on this corner. I think it might have been the second one actually. We've stayed here quite a lot of times now. It's always around this section. Used to be here, the barbecue area. If you wanted a barbecue outside, that seems to have gone now. Probably because of the trees that are around here. Safety element maybe. Not overly sure. But again, we've stayed in one of these ones as well. I think it could have been this one actually. In front of us here now. So yes, tarmac area. All the way around here. And I know it does sound like it potentially is a little bit loud around here. You have got roads around here. You've got dual carriageways coming off the motorway and so forth. But believe me, you cannot hear them. I know you might be able to hear them now as I'm walking around. It is early morning, a lot of the traffic's going out for the bank holiday. But when you're inside of the actual lodges, and even on the outside, on the actual patio, the veranda, you can't hear them really. It's just that calming environment really. They could just sit there and chill. But just look at these. It's been very busy here this weekend, lots of people here. We've seen quite a number of people here, families. Morning. Good morning. Got the staff up early now, checking the jacuzzis, as they do, twice a day they do that. We always have a great stay here. This side here now I'll talk about a little bit more on the next video. One or two things that we've picked up on, and we're not here to complain. We most certainly are not here to complain about this particular site, as we are not in any other site that we go to for a short stay or on holiday. There are one or two things what we believe around this particular area now that could be better, in our opinion, and perhaps around this actual site itself, really. And again, they're just points that we think should be taken on board, because at the end of the day, if you're coming here, there is a cost associated to it. Again, I'll put the link down below, check that out. That cost associated to it, as it would be anywhere you would go, you'd expect a certain level in relation to the way that it functions. And if there are little issues that could be very quickly sorted out, then I think people should let them know. There are one or two things that we picked up on this particular side and on this particular side that we believe could be a little bit better. But anyway, I don't want to be here early morning now complaining about this, again, particular site, because we do love coming here and we will continue coming here in the future. And as you've just seen, the staff going around doing the jacuzzis early morning, very, very pleasant, big smiles on their faces. So yeah, anyway, I've taken you for a little loop around. I'll turn the camera around now and I'll just show you where this leads. So this just continues all the way down to another phase that will carry on all the way around this site, from what we're led to believe, and again even more on the far side. And the layout of these lodges, the way that they are all very much similar to each other. The actual area that they're positioned on, the ground that they're on, like these here now, are positioned slightly different. And I think for me and Mrs. G, that's where one or two of the issues that we've picked up on arise. And again, I'll speak about that in more detail when I do another vlog. As I go inside of our lodge, and the jacuzzi, which is one of the main features. Boiling hot, by the way, really good. It's not the best jacuzzi that we've had whilst we've been here on our previous visits. The other ones, from memory, were slightly bigger. Could be wrong in saying that, but I'm sure there was more seating area. I'm positive actually on some of the ones on the far side. And a couple of the jets weren't working, and the lights weren't working as well. Take you now inside of the lodge. You've got the big doors here. Basically, pull the angle down and it opens, and then obviously lift the angle back up and it locks it. You've got the cold effect fire, electric fire. It's quite a nice feature when you switch it on. But what I would say is, this lodge, or as all of them, the heating is immense. You just can't seem to get control of it. They're too hot. Everything's been switched off and it is boiling hot. And when you look around, everybody else has got all the windows open, literally trying to cool down the lodges. I'm not really sure why. There's heated floors in the bathrooms, which is a nice feature. Again, it's a cold winter's evening, for example, but when the weather's as it is now in the UK, it's starting to get into the early teens, even though it's overcast. It just seems to be boiling hot. And again, we picked up on that before, and all the windows have been open in all the lodges, people trying to cool down the lodges. So I'm not really sure what the issue is there. Everything's been switched off. We messed around with the temperature controls, and it's nothing. It's just been very, very warm, uncomfortably warm at night. You got your table, some nice features. The paintings, canvases. You got your Freeview TV, again, everything attached on there that you'd expect. Your sofas, coffee table, dining table, and then you've got obviously your hob and your cooking facilities. Again, my apologies, we've bagged up everything underneath here. If you see any of the rubbish that we've left, try and miss that out for you. All your cutlery. You've obviously got your kettle and so forth, microwave, toaster, massive fridge, and then the freezer section underneath, big massive one, loads of space. Take you through here now very quickly, because we are due out of here now. Again, 1 bedroom, very, very nice. Again, my apologies, we've been here for 3 days, the bed's been slept in obviously. Bathroom here, with a massive bath. Again, my apologies about the towels. Obviously leave the towels in there once you've used them. The shower attached there in the bath the other day, really nice. Coming through into another bedroom, 2 singles in here. Again, all your Freeview TV. Lots and lots of extras in here. Cupboards. Got the lamps at the side, USB ports, and then your sockets for your normal English plugs. Controllers here for your temperature that just don't seem to do anything. It is immensely hot, it's really hot all the time. Again, the floors are heated in all of the bathrooms, which is a nice touch. A bit away from me, massive walk-in shower, just look at that. You could fit an whole family in there, couldn't you? Very, very high spec, as you can see. Shaving port as well, just so you know. And again, very quickly, I'm going to swoop around, head upstairs, because we are due out of here at 10 AM. That's the checkout time. Just look at this view though. Just look at that from the top of the actual balcony, overlooking all of Twin Lakes. And just keep in mind, it is a fishing lake that. It's full of a variety of different fish if you were into fishing. And it's got everything on there, all the wildlife and the birds, swans and everything. People out there on the little dinghies, canoes and so forth, enjoying that lake, so it's great. Turn the camera around again and just show you the bedroom upstairs, which again is a massive size. I'll turn the camera around. So you've got a window here. They don't undo, but this one does. You undo it, obviously it's in the roof, a roof window. That is really needed. And then you've got quite a good sized bed up here. Again, my apologies about it being used. We've obviously been here for a few days. Freeview TV again. So again, really nice size, got all of the drawers, loads of storage, all of your cupboards here, lots of them. Again, you control elements that just don't seem to do anything. You can see there now, it's 26 degrees in here. And even if you turn it down, it just doesn't do anything. Into the bathroom, a smaller shower than downstairs, but still very nice. And your big window, wave again. And obviously your toilet and sink. And then this view again. We've got lots of the foam extinguishers, fire blankets, more foam extinguisher, another one downstairs there as well. All the safety elements that you would expect in something like this. And again, the nice canvas prints, really nice. I'm going to lead you back outside and just show you something what's been an issue for us on this particular lodge. Normally, we would stay over the fireside. You can see the ones over there now. We'd normally stay over there and in the corner over that side. The issue that we've had with this one is that the privacy element just doesn't seem to be the same as what they are on the other side. So all the way around, up to a certain point, there are laurels. You can see the laurel edges. For some bizarre reason, they've just stopped them on this new phase, if you like. I know there's another phase at the other side and they're going to continue, but they've just stopped the laurel section here. And you can see here now, this is your decked area with your jacuzzi. you've got your privacy wooden fence, and then all of a sudden it just dips, and then literally you've got all the windows, front door there, everything's on you. And our lodge, what we've had here this weekend, it's one that does not allow dogs in, but there are some lodges that are dog friendly. This is one next door now, it's a dog friendly lodge. And for us, and before anybody says anything, we are dog lovers, we have a dog in our family. However, when you've got children, for example, you don't know what dog's next door, to put a dog friendly lodge next door, right next to children. And yeah, the family that was staying next door to us had a dog. Whilst the family seemed okay, I'm saying okay, and we don't want to be seen to be whinging or complaining because we love this place. They were letting the dog roam around at the front, directly in front of us here, and that's not ideal, is it? They are very strict on the fact that there is a need to keep your dogs on a lead at all times. There just seems to be quite a few dog owners letting the dogs roam freely when they should be on the lead. It's just started to rain, by the way. And next door, yeah, the dog was roaming around. If you're allergic to dogs, your children are scared of dogs, or you're scared of dogs as an adult, to put a dog-friendly lodge next door to a lodge that does not allow dogs, again in close proximity, and the privacy element as well is a miss. It needs to be looked at. Again, don't want to seen, or I don't want to be seen as complaining, because we love this place. But for me personally, the lodges over the far side, coming around this side, are a lot more private and have a little bit more to them in way of character, in my opinion, even though they're the same inside. The outside aspect is much better. It's a great place overall. Highly recommend you come and visiting Twin Lakes in Carnforth. As I say, been here many times and we will be back again. But I would just keep that in mind, that around this section here, the latter phases, they just seem to be lacking in that privacy element. I'm thinking over time, I'm just looking at the back of me here now, I picked up on as well, this seems to be privately owned. They've put the edges there, see the laurels? To create that privacy barrier, it's needed here as well. Once that's done, they'd be much better. Anyway, I'm going to leave it there. Once again, don't forget to like and subscribe, ring that little bell for future notification. Remember, it does not cost you anything to do so, but it means an awful lot to me, to JT and the rest of the family. Take care for now, my friends, until the next time. Much love.